Life at McKinley and Company flourished under Sarah's leadership. The office, once stifled by Alicia's oppressive tactics, was now a vibrant and dynamic environment where ideas flowed freely and teamwork thrived. Sarah's desk, no longer a lonely outpost of menial tasks, was now the command center of a department that was hitting its stride. With her promotion to head of recruitment operations, Sarah wasted no time implementing the changes she had long envisioned. She held weekly meetings with her team, not to micromanage but to listen. She encouraged open communication, fostering a culture where everyone's input was valued. The impact was immediate. Morale skyrocketed, productivity increased, and the team felt empowered in a way they hadn't in years. Sarah's first major initiative was to overhaul the client engagement process. She introduced a feedback system that allowed clients to voice their needs and concerns openly, and she set realistic timelines that prioritized quality over speed. The difference was palpable. Longtime clients like Gregory and Sons, who had once been on the brink of walking away, now praised the team's renewed focus and dedication. One day, Mr. Gregory himself visited the office, a rare occurrence that hadn't happened since the turbulent days of Alicia's leadership. He requested a private meeting with Sarah, and as she welcomed him into her office, she couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. "Sarah, it's good to see you," Mr. Gregory said, shaking her hand warmly. "I've been meaning to come by for a while now. The turnaround in your department has been remarkable." "Thank you, Mr. Gregory," Sarah replied, offering him a seat. "I'm glad to hear you're satisfied with the changes." "Satisfied is an understatement," Mr. Gregory said, leaning back in his chair. "We were ready to sever ties, but you've restored our confidence. It's clear you're running a tight ship, and more importantly, you're doing it the right way." Sarah nodded, feeling a deep sense of validation. "I appreciate that. My goal has always been to create a team that delivers not just results, but results we can be proud of." Mr. Gregory smiled, his expression thoughtful. "It's clear you've succeeded. I wanted to personally thank you, and to let you know that Gregory and Sons will be renewing our contract for another year. We're also interested in expanding our partnership for additional roles." Sarah's heart swelled with pride. This was more than just a business win. It was a testament to the hard work and resilience she and her team had put in. "That's fantastic news, Mr. Gregory. We're looking forward to continuing this partnership." As Mr. Gregory left, Sarah couldn't help but reflect on how far they had come. Gregory and Sons' renewed contract was just one of many victories. Under Sarah's guidance, McKinley and Company was securing new clients, rekindling old relationships, and earning a reputation as one of the most reliable recruitment firms in the industry. But the most rewarding part for Sarah wasn't the client accolades or the financial success. It was seeing her team thrive. Tom, who had been overwhelmed and insecure under Alicia's leadership, was now a confident recruiter with a sharp eye for talent. Claire, who had once been unsure of her place, was now a driving force behind the company's social media strategy, bringing in a fresh wave of young talent. Sarah's office became a hub of innovation, with team members frequently dropping by to share ideas, brainstorm new approaches, or simply chat about their progress. The transformation was complete. This was a team united, not by fear or control, but by mutual respect and a shared commitment to excellence. One afternoon, as Sarah was reviewing a client proposal, Julie walked in, a playful grin on her face. "Got a minute, boss?" Sarah looked up, smiling. "Always." "What's up?" Julie handed her a small, wrapped box. "I figured you could use this. A little something to commemorate your rise to power." Sarah unwrapped the box to find a sleek, engraved pen. The inscription read, "Sarah Lawson, resilient, resourceful, unstoppable." Sarah laughed, touched by the thoughtful gesture. "This is perfect, Julie. Thank you." Julie leaned against the doorframe, her expression turning serious. "You know, it's crazy to think how far you've come in just a few months. There were days I thought Alicia might actually get the better of you." Sarah nodded, remembering the dark days when she had felt powerless and sidelined. "I thought so too, but Alicia's biggest mistake was underestimating us. She didn't see the value in this team, and that was her downfall." Julie raised an eyebrow, a mischievous glint in her eye. "Speaking of Alicia, you'll never guess what I heard." Sarah tilted her head, intrigued. "What's the latest?" "She's trying to find work at a rival firm, but word travels fast. Turns out no one wants to touch her after what happened here." The industry's a small world, and she burned too many bridges. Sarah didn't feel a shred of pity. Alicia had orchestrated her own demise through arrogance and manipulation. I guess she's learning the hard way that reputation matters. Julie smirked, lifting her glass in an imaginary toast. Here's to karma. Sarah chuckled, feeling a sense of closure. Alicia was out there, scrambling to pick up the pieces of her shattered career, but Sarah's focus was forward. She had reclaimed her place not just in the office, but in her own narrative. No longer was she the employee left with thankless tasks. She was a leader, a mentor, and a force to be reckoned with. In the following months, Sarah continued to build on her successes. She was invited to speak at industry conferences, sharing insights on leadership, resilience, and the power of strategic thinking. Her story of perseverance resonated with many, and soon she was known not just within McKinley & Company, but across the recruitment industry. One day, Sarah received an invitation to attend a prestigious award ceremony recognizing top professionals in the field. To her surprise, she was nominated for Recruiter of the Year, a testament to her impact on the company and her unwavering commitment to excellence. Julie, ever the supportive friend, insisted on accompanying Sarah to the event. "I can't wait to see you win," she said excitedly as they made their way to the venue. The evening was a blur of bright lights, applause, and heartfelt speeches. When Sarah's name was announced as the winner, she felt a rush of emotions. It wasn't just about the award, it was about everything she had endured to get to this moment. As she took the stage, she glanced out at the audience filled with industry leaders, colleagues, and competitors. Sarah began her speech, her voice steady and confident. "I am honored to receive this recognition, but the truth is, this award belongs to my team. They are the ones who inspire me every day, who make coming to work not just a job, but a passion. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that success isn't about never falling. It's about rising every time you do." The applause was thunderous, and Sarah stepped off the stage feeling lighter than ever. She had turned the lowest point of her career into a powerful victory, proving that resilience, resourcefulness, and quiet determination could overcome even the most challenging obstacles. As Sarah and Julie left the venue, Julie turned to her with a proud smile. "You did it, Sarah. You turned everything around." Sarah nodded, her heart full. "We did it, Julie. Together." That afternoon, Sarah gathered the team for an impromptu celebration. They filled the office with laughter, clinking glasses of sparkling cider and sharing stories of their journey together. Tom raised his glass, his voice filled with gratitude. "To Sarah, the best leader we could ask for. You didn't just save this department, you made it better than it's ever been." The room erupted in applause, and Sarah felt a surge of pride that nearly brought tears to her eyes. She had been through so much, stripped of her responsibilities, underestimated, and pushed to the brink, but she had never given up. And now, standing among her team, she knew it had all been worth it. Later that evening, after the office had cleared out, Sarah lingered by her window, looking out at the city that had witnessed her rise. The sky was painted with hues of pink and orange, the sun dipping below the horizon. It was a perfect metaphor for her journey, one chapter closing, another just beginning. As she packed up her things, Sarah's phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. She hesitated for a moment before opening it. Unknown number. "Sarah, it's Alicia. I know you probably don't want to hear from me, but I just wanted to say, I see now what I couldn't see then. You were right about everything. I'm sorry for what I did. I've been trying to find my footing, but it's been hard. I hope you're doing well." Sarah read the message twice, letting the words sink in. Alicia's apology was unexpected, and though Sarah felt no desire to respond, she couldn't help but feel a sense of closure. Alicia's downfall had been of her own making, but her acknowledgement of Sarah's strength was a small but significant step toward healing old wounds. Sarah typed a brief reply, keeping her response measured and kind. "Thank you, Alicia. I hope you find your way too." She set her phone down, feeling the last of the lingering tension dissolve. Sarah had no need for Alicia's validation. She had already proven everything she needed to herself and to those who mattered. But the message was a reminder of how far she had come and how important it was to never lose sight of one's worth. As Sarah left the office that night, the air was cool and crisp, filled with the promise of a new season. She walked to her car with a sense of peace, knowing that the trials she had faced had only made her stronger. She had been tested, pushed to her limits, but in the end, she had risen above it all with grace and determination. The headlights of the city sparkled like stars as she drove home, and Sarah couldn't help but smile. The journey had been hard, but it had been hers. Every struggle, every victory, every lesson learned. She was Sarah Lawson, resilient, resourceful, and unstoppable. The future was bright, and as she looked ahead, Sarah knew that no challenge was too great, no obstacle too daunting. She had reclaimed her power, her purpose, and her pride, and there was nothing left to fear. Sarah Lawson was more than just a survivor. She was a leader, a mentor, and an inspiration. And as she drove into the night, she knew one thing for certain: the best was yet to come.